So this is a very basic setup for indoor line marking, and it's the basic equipment that you're going to need to get started. What we've got is a shot blaster on the end. We've got a vacuum system here. We've got the hoses that connect both the vacuum and the shot blaster together to recover all that dust and debris. We've got the generator that gives 3-phase power, because both the shot blaster and some of the vacuums we use are 3-phase. This one actually is a 110, so for this one you'd need a 110 transformer, but if you're using a bigger vacuum such as for grinding or a larger shot blaster, you'll probably want to go to a 3-phase system. So the generator comes in really handy there. We've then got the cables. Now this is to run from our generator to both the vacuum and the shot blaster. And then lastly, you've got a magnet brush. Now the magnet brush is used to pick up all of the spent shot, because ultimately it is going to break down over use, and you're going to find there's some bits that are left on the floor that you really need to clean up before you start doing any more line marking. So how do we set this equipment up? What does it look like? And how do we use it? Let's jump in and I'll show you how to set up the very basic equipment and what the finish looks like on the floor.
So we're going to start by plugging in our shot blaster, and what we're going to be doing is turning the shot blaster on and the generator on, and what we're looking for is rotation on the motor to make sure it's going the right way. Next, we're going to connect the hoses to the vacuum and the shot blaster like so. They just plug and play, fill up our shot blaster with some shot like you can see here. And then we're just going to go over and check everything, turn the vacuums on, make sure we've got all the cables and everything out of the way, and we're literally ready to start shot blasting now. So to start the shot blasting, all you're going to do is line it up roughly where you need it. You can see we've got a pointer on ours to follow, and as you pull the trigger, it'll just keep it running in a straight line. Don't worry about the small bits of shot that you see on the ground. That's what the mag brush for is at the very end. So you can see the mag brush we're going over with now. That's literally just to lift up any last little bits of spent shot.
All right, so there you have it. That's a nice, easy way to set up and run your shot blasting system. Now, if we're going to talk about cost for a moment, what it actually costs to get a very, very basic system. Overall, you're probably looking, let's say, around $7,500 to $8,000 for the shot blaster. You can pick up a vacuum for less than £2,000. Now, depending on which vacuum you go, some of them, the 3-phase ones, are going to run you up to £7,000, £8,000, £9,000, even £10,000. But for a really basic one, they're under £2,000. For the generator set, you're probably looking somewhere around the £4,500 mark for a 3-phase system. But of course, if you're going to go for a towable system, you can easily spend £10,000 to £20,000 on the towable one. This is a really nice small portable one that we've got here. Next up is your cables. These are going to set you back around £500. And then last but not least, we do have the magnet brush, probably set you around $750 to $800 all in for that. So if you've got a budget of around £15,000, you should get a very, very basic setup. But of course, that is the absolute minimum that I think you could spend. If you're going to do larger projects such as walkways, you're going to need to look at grinding systems or a larger shot blaster, as well as bigger generators and of course bigger vacuum systems. And this can easily run you into the tens of thousands of pounds to get set up that way. That's pretty much for this one, and I will see you guys in the next video.